Oh hi guys, welcome back to the second video of Plant Titties and Knobs. Yes! Today I'll be showing you how to chop and prop my Thai Constellation Monstera right here. Her name is Stella. She has her own name tag. And yeah, I'm chopping her because she's obviously fallen out of her pot and I don't know what to do with the propagation, but yeah, I'm gonna cut her down, make her smaller, maybe try and stimulate new growth and newer variegation. We'll see how it goes. Before I chop it, I'll let you know that I have air layered her, meaning I've wrapped some moist spag around the new nodes so that the roots can grow, and yeah, it fastens the growth of the Monstera stem root. Let's get to it. First of all, you want to get yourself a sharp pair of scissors or a knife or something. I've got a specific scissors for cutting my plants. And a lot of people want to sterilize. Some people say not to. I personally don't care. Just in case you do want to sterilize, I've got a little sanitizer here. All I'm gonna do is spray it and wipe it down real quick. So there you go. Wipey wipey. And that is ready for chopping. Right, so I've got my Monstera here and I'll show you the root. Been air layering right here. So let's see how the roots are down there. See, as you can see, I think I've had this air layered for 4 weeks, yeah, a month now, and it has grown. So basically air layering gives the plant a head start to root instead of straight up chopping and then putting it in a vase or whatever and trying to wait for the roots to grow. The plant is still intact to the mother plant and you just basically cover a moist sphagnum moss over where the node is and it'll grow. The roots start to grow, and once it's got enough roots you just chop it and you can either plant it straight to soil or back in sphagnum moss or whatever you feel comfortable with. So yeah, I've got some roots here now, so I'm thinking of chopping it across right down there, like that, to include the root, and I'll separate it for the mother plant, and the Monstera will be separated into 2 pieces, and I'll have these 2 new stems for a new plant. Alright, so I'm going to chop where this root is growing and just behind it. Ready? And oh, 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 oh. Alright, so I've just chopped the new stem from the mother plant, as you can see. And I've got the little root here. Honestly, I think I could have done it better, but it's as close to the mother plant as possible. It's very close to the... the cut was made very close to the root. It's not the best, but I think it's okay. Should be right. Now what you want to do is, you can see the callus, it's quite still wet at the moment, so what you want to do, you want to leave it out to dry overnight or a day. Let that callus up properly, because if you put it straight into wet spag or water or perlite or however you propagate it, it is going to rot from there, and Monsteras are prone to rotting. So yeah, you want to let that dry out really, really well, and then once you're absolutely sure that it's dry, propagate it into your desired medium. Welcome back, guys. Now yesterday I chopped my Monstera Thai Constellation and I got this cutting out of it, and I have left her overnight, not wet or anything, just so her callus can harden up and dry up, as you can see right here. Yeah, so now I'll show you how to propagate it, and in my case I like to do sphagnum moss propagation because it's just easier for me that way, and I feel like the roots can get used to the soil better instead of putting it straight in water. Letting it grow water roots and then straight into soil, which can shock them. So for sphagnum moss, I like to do it that way. Let's go! Okay, you want to get yourself a nice glass jar or a container. I recommend something cylindrical so it can hold the stem, like something that can fit it like that and stand up. So what I'm gonna do is fill up this jar with maybe that much moss, or around half to 3/4, just regular dry moss I use. Dry moss, in you go. And I like to wet it as I go, so and kind of mush it. Or you can wet your sphagnum moss prior to putting it in the jar. Might be easier that way actually. Anyway, alright, so I'm going to do that. Whoop. Okay, so now I've got my spag in there. It's slightly moist from the water that I poured in. So now what you want to do, put your plant in and make sure the roots are inside. But try not to bury the callus because you want to kind of remain that as dry as possible. So you just want to nudge it in like that. And yep, so my callus has stayed above the moss whereas the roots are in the moss. Cool. And now what you want to do, and maybe fill up just like the bottom first centimeter with a bit of water so it can wick up the sphagnum moss can wick up the water, but the roots aren't necessarily drenched in it. There we go. So cool, that's done. Now you just let it sit, do its thing, let the sphagnum moss wick up the moisture. So yeah, you just want to always kind of have the bottom centimeter filled with water so it has water to take up to the plant, but you don't want it to be soaking wet. So don't ever like fill it all the way to the top, just the first bit so it, you know, remains moist. Yeah, that's about it. Now you just keep it in bright indirect sunlight and yeah, watch your roots grow. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching and hope to catch you in my next video. Bye!